Welcome back to the Kosi Arsenal channel. My name is Kosi. Welcome back to a brand new video. This is the latest Arsenal news and transfer news as well. We have a lot of updates coming in this early morning and this afternoon as well from the biggest publications in London and the UK. And of course, this is because after Arsenal were knocked out of the UEFA Champions League, our season is practically over. We're just left with 3 games in the Premier League and our season will be absolutely sealed. And what everyone is waiting for, what everyone is looking out for, is what Arsenal are going to do about the mistakes and about the problems that we have actually suffered this campaign. So we have an update on Alexander Isak from the BBC. We have an update on Monica Williams, especially the left wing position as well from the Athletic. We also have 2 major updates from the Telegraph on Jean Garcia, Martin Zubimendi, and Semenyo as well. So hit the like button and subscribe to the channel as well. Let's get into this news. It's gonna be a lot of news right from now till the end of the summer because everyone expects Arsenal to be busy. Everyone expects Arsenal to show up this summer and try and do something different, something that we have not done ever since this project started. So let's start off with the BBC. This is Sami Makbo reporting on Alexander Isak, and he says that at the moment, Arsenal are willing to go back and fight for Alexander Isak. Now, he says the dynamics of the game, of this deal, have not really changed so much, but Newcastle getting the UEFA Champions League this season, might actually prove fatal to the deal that Arsenal are trying to line up. Of course, we know that Arsenal are looking at Alexander Isak as their #1 target, their #1 priority, and they're not just going to give up. Andre Bata, Mikel Arteta, and everyone at the club has already approved that Alexander Isak, if he were to sign, would be the perfect player. But of course, we know how difficult, we've discussed how difficult this deal could be on the channel numerous times. Now, the update today from the BBC is that Arsenal want to go back after losing that UEFA Champions League semi-final. Arsenal want to go back and try and get Alexander Isak. Internally, it's believed that he's that player with the X factor that we talked about in the video this morning. Go back and watch that video. I was talking about the X factor that Arsenal are looking for in this summer. And inside Arsenal, they believe that Isak is that player. The player that can come in, do things differently, win you big games, and possibly, replace Thierry Daniel Henry. That is not in the vision of Arsenal. That is in my vision. I mean, if you sign Alexander Isak, give him the shot for 10, he might become the new Thierry Daniel Henry. And we'll do that video comparing Thierry Daniel Henry and Alexander Isak. Do you think that Isak could be our new Thierry Daniel Henry? Let me know in the comment box below. Now, what I would say here is that I think there is renewed energy and there is renewed anger in this Arsenal side. They're looking at this season and they're like, what haven't we done? What haven't we done in order to walk away with the silverware? We have, the most drilled team. Defensively, we have the best team. Our XG against is so good. Our field tilt and the way we press teams and our rest defense, they're all very good. What haven't we done? Our problem has been getting key moments and special moments in special players, from special players. And maybe that's why they're saying we are now going to go and do everything it takes to get Alexander Isak. We know that Arsenal and Mikel Arteta have done this before. There's a time when Arsenal went in for Declan Rice. And Declan Rice, what a player. What a signing. What a project this guy has been for Arsenal, right? So I think this is what Arsenal are believing right about now. They want to go back there and they want to tell Newcastle, if you want to sell this guy, right, we are going to give you 100 million. But if you don't want to sell, how about 120, 130 million euros? So right from now, I know that this deal is complicated. I know that this deal is difficult, but I won't be surprised to see Arsenal trying maybe a bid, maybe 2 bids. We might never see a bid even, but I won't be surprised to hear at the end of the summer that Arsenal pushed on and pushed on and pushed on for this deal. So with the BBC updates, I think we're just seeing Arsenal's renewed vigor, Arsenal's renewed energy, Arsenal willing to go all the way and push and push and push, and I don't have a problem with that. I want to tell you the truth. I don't have a problem with Arsenal being as ambitious as wanting Alexander Isak, as long as that doesn't limit us from signing a good centre forward. If Alexander Isak comes in, well and good. If he doesn't come, that is also okay. There are other options out there. There is Victor Gyökeres, there is a Benjamin Sesko. I don't want to hear excuses. After the summer, the Arsenal didn't sign a centre forward because they wanted only Isak, right? So it's within our rights, it's within our limits to go and try. But it's going to be a very difficult deal with UCL now on the horizon for Newcastle, but Arsenal should try nevertheless. Now, according to David Ornstein from The Athletic, obviously, you know, he's one of those people that have been reporting consistently around these Arsenal matters. He's been speaking about the left wing position, and he says, I don't want people to take it as a mistake. Arsenal are still looking at Nico Williams as their number one priority, but they're also having other options, especially Gittins and Anthony Gordon. Those are the other options that he's aware of that Arsenal are looking at. And he says it's not a position that's going to be solved quickly. It's not a position that is going to be filled quickly. It's a position, it's a deal that could be done later on in the summer. Arsenal could sign a left winger later on in the summer rather than earlier on in the transfer window. And of course, he says that this is a deal, this is a position Arsenal have looked to do for years. Every single year over the last 3 years or 4 years, Arsenal have wanted to sign a new left winger or a new winger to add to, to the ranks. Actually, he calls it a wide attacker. And that tells you that maybe Arsenal are not just looking at one guy, one player that is going to, just play on the left wing. But maybe we are looking at a couple of options, or maybe you're looking at a player that can play across the forward line. So David Ornstein says that Nico Williams still appreciated by Arsenal, but by no means is he the only option. They're looking at other, they're looking at other options as well, Gittins as well, Anthony Gordon. We've talked about Gordon before on the channel. So that already tells you that Arsenal are really serious about this transfer window. If we don't get Nico Williams, someone else is gonna come in. Now, the interesting part comes in from the Telegraph. The Telegraph have said that Arsenal really want Nico Williams, and his release clause of about £51 million is something that entices the whole club. It's something that the club really are willing to do. However, he also says that his wages, so the Telegraph are saying that his wages are going to be a big problem, and Semenyo, although it's going to be expensive, he might actually have a much bigger favor in terms of joining Arsenal this summer over Nico Williams, because he's going to be more expensive. He might cost around £60 million as compared to Nico Williams' £50 million. But overall, the deal will be cheaper and easier to do for Semenyo than for Nico Williams. So that tells you, again, all you have to know about that left-wing situation. Arsenal considering a couple of options. I think Semenyo is a good player. I think Gittins is a good player. I think Anthony Gordon is a good player. I would love Gordon. I really love Gordon. I think Gordon is so kind of left-winger-ish. I would really love to see Anthony Gordon sign for Arsenal. But of course, I'll give you more updates on the Gordon and Semenyo deals later on. Let's run through the others. Martin Zubimendi, the Telegraph is saying that Arsenal consider this one as a done deal. We have, covered this one extensively on the channel, and I'll continue covering it as well. But Zubimendi is practically a done deal in the eyes of this Arsenal Football Club. The Telegraph can also confirm that there is nothing happening to jeopardize this deal for now. But they have also given us an update on Jean Garcia, and that is where the gist of this video is, because Jean Garcia, according to Telegraph, is very close to signing for Arsenal as the second choice goalkeeper to David Raya. A deal is very close. Now, we were told that Andrea Bata has not liked Jean Garcia. But then I asked myself a question. If Andrea Bata has not liked Jean Garcia, what are the other options that Arsenal are looking at? No one has ever given us any other options. I mean, there have been a few people rumoring and spreading rumors here and there, but we have never had anyone really talk about a new goalkeeper at Arsenal. And that tells you that Jean Garcia is still our number one priority to back up David Raya. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well, and I'll be giving you more updates soon.